What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in today's vlog we have a new install. I know it's been a little while, you guys, so I want to say big shout out to today's sponsor XFORCE for sending us out this exhaust. I'm super excited for it. We haven't had an actual brand new exhaust on the GR86. When we first bought the car, parts were hard to find. We had to purchase a used exhaust from one of the first gens, so very nice. We have a brand new exhaust. This exhaust actually is super dope because there's a Valvetronic system that they developed. Basically it just means that you are able to control the valves when you want them open and closed, so that way you can be loud or be quiet whenever you want to. So I'm super excited for that because definitely with this car having like headers and overpipe and front pipe, like that is gonna help us out so much, especially living in California. So let's go ahead, open this up and see what they gave us. All right. Sheesh. Well, at least you know that the packaging is pretty good. What's this? Oh, it's a smart box. We'll go ahead and open that up in a moment. I don't even know how much stuff is in here. Okay, that got a little damaged in there. Can't tell what's in there either. We'll go ahead and check that out in a moment. And then they got another piece here. Wow, there's quite a bit in here. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna put you guys down for a second, and then I'm gonna take out everything, and then we can go ahead and look at it. All right, you guys. So I got everything out of the box, and actually, as you guys can see, like it's actually quite a bit of stuff. It's really cool. So look. Okay, so obviously we got the main part right here, which is gonna be in the rear, closest to the exit of the exhaust, and then we got our. This is really cool right here. Like, look at this. Flex pipe right here. Jeez, that's hard. I've never had nothing like that. One thing I will say is that the welds on all these are super nice. Like, just like kind of look at that. And then these will probably end up connecting here. We got some V-bends, it looks like. V-bends are always great. What's really cool is that not only did they send us you know, these really awesome burnt tips here, and it says XFORCE right here. That's really cool. But they also sent us another set of tips just in case we didn't want these. We went with these. So thank you for that, you guys. I truly appreciate that. That was pretty cool. And then, so here is the smart box technology that they had, you know, that they promote on their page, and that they also kind of developed and stuff. So this is the Bluetooth smart box right here. So this will allow you to kind of utilize it from like your phone and everything like that. Now, I can't tell you exactly how this is all going to be connected and stuff. Right now, we're actually going to put all the stuff in the car right now and head over to Timmy's house so he can kind of help us out, make sure we do this right. But the instructions are behind here as well. And then it comes with two key fobs actually. And they're actually pretty freaking cool. You know, they come with like, you know, this little part to put on your keychain, and then you can slide it down, and the one is probably open, the other is probably closed. So I know that they also have like presets on here, like manual mode, matrix mode. I'll get in a little bit more about that later on. One thing that I am wondering is it also comes with this, like, you know, this right here, and our car doesn't run this, so I'm kind of try to see what's up with that. But like I said, I've never had anything like this, so this is all kind of new to me, and if it's new to you guys as well, we'll learn about it together. But then they send us, you know, a bunch of hardware, gaskets and stuff like that. So honestly, like, wow, like this is really freaking cool. And then this right here obviously is like a main part for the valves as well. But how cool is this, you guys? Like, this is like a whole freaking package. No wonder the box was so freaking heavy, you know? So let's go ahead, throw this in the car, head over to Timmy's, and get this install started. All right. See if he knows we're here. Man, wow, you guys haven't seen this guy in a freaking cool minute. Oh, doing what he does best, man.
Nothing.
What's up, dude? So now we got the car all jacked up. and we gotta take off the exhaust that we currently have on there right now. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll get into what we have to tackle in terms of installing the new exhaust. So we got the old Perrin 2.5 catback exhaust off, and so one thing I did want to mention to you guys, benefits of doing this: one, you know, shout out to, you know, XFORCE for sending this out. 2, has the Valvetronic valve system. For 3, is actually a 3-inch exit exhaust on this, so it's a little bit bigger than what we had already. So that's one thing that I did want to mention. This will actually be good into like our future endeavors in terms of engine mods and stuff like that. So right now Timmy is kind of going through what we're gonna have to kind of do in terms of setting it up, because for one, our car, or at least for the newer model GRs, we don't have a cigarette lighter port, so we are thinking that we're gonna have to cut this off and splice it and then connect it to the airbag system that I have in my trunk. I'll definitely let you guys know exactly what you guys might have to do in terms of making it work on the new gens. So we got a table. If you got a table for this and maybe 2 hands, it definitely would help. These are actually pretty good, I would say, in terms of like clamping things down, but initially kind of putting them on might be somewhat of a small, very minor struggle. But like I said, if you have 2 hands, it definitely would help a little bit more, but you can do it by yourself with a little bit of extra time. But we're putting it facing kind of going towards this way. The bolt is going to be coming down this way, and then the tips are going to be connecting over here on this side. So in doing so, we are going to be kind of adjusting it once we kind of like put it in there to how we need it, because in my car with my body kit, it kind of has this part right here, and so we are just kind of adjusted towards that, because we just don't feel like taking that off. For the most part, it's going pretty well so far, so we're gonna go ahead and finish up connecting this, put on the exhaust tips as well. The exhaust tips actually end up coming with their own V-bands at the ends in the packaging, so let's go ahead and finish that, and then we're gonna go ahead and throw it on inside and then go to the next step.
We can loosen this and bring the exhaust out to the tips,
because they seem like in there, you feel me?
so the tips out, but that's in the middle, right? Or
yeah, it does look centered for sure.
This one needs to go out a little more,
like this way.
Yeah, see, because it's too fat. This one's
yeah, I see what you're saying. Now we're trying to see how much further we can push these out. Yeah, keep coming. How far is it on your end? Is it like about to come off?
Room? No, you still got
yeah, can you come out a little bit more? Right. Yeah, actually, hold on. Yeah, come look at it. Yeah. A little bit more inside, or because I think it's cool, right? Because like right here, boom, XFORCE. Damn, I love this. This looks so cool right here. Yeah, that looks hard, man. Yeah, okay, so this is what we're gonna go with, guys. I think this is perfect. I don't think it's like sticking out too much, and I think it's cool. You can still see like the burnt tip part. Obviously, if we wanted to, we could like literally have them in more, but I think it's cool. I think it looks solid like that, and you can still come up and see the XFORCE. Does this one seem like it's more into you than this one?
This one's more.
Come right a little bit.
How much?
Tiny, right there. Boom. Yeah, I think that's solid. Okay, so per Timmy's plan, so initially they want you to actually put the boxes in here in your glove compartment, and so because we already kind of have a pretty nice setup going on down here with like the airlift system and everything, Timmy suggested that we actually kind of follow this kind of setup back here, and we actually kind of set it up back here. So what we had to do was we actually had to, you see that right there, we cut a hole through the center of that, and then we fed the wire through there. And so we're gonna basically have everything kind of just set up back here. So obviously it looks like a little bit of a mess right here, but we're gonna go ahead and clean it all up right now, and then I'll show you guys a little bit more of what it looks like once we got that done. This cord right here is the one I'm referring to, so this is the one we kind of fed through, and this is what we connected to the top of what you guys saw on the muffler right here. Something that I was noticing that was pretty cool too is that they actually have a pretty cool stamp right here in terms of like part number and which batch it came from, along with same thing over here on the other side. And that's pretty cool. So luckily, you know, Timmy knows more than wiring than I do. I for sure don't know like close to nothing about wiring. Timmy ran out and he got some of these. We ended up having to cut that because we don't have anywhere to hook that up. So Timmy, if you can kind of explain a little bit in terms of like what you're kind of about to do right now.
What am I gonna do? It's pretty much ground power, and we gotta hook it up to ground and power. Black is ground, red, or just in this case blue, is power.
Okay.
So we're just running it through the airlift. So when every time the airlift is on, it works. Because you're not gonna need it when the car is off.
I definitely have never used those before. That's for sure though.
You pretty much, it just clamps and then.
So you're like piggybacking off of the wiring.
Yep.
So you guys see that little metal piece right there? Basically, it's gonna cut into the existing wiring, and we already fed the wires that we needed to combine with the airbag wiring. Now it's all gonna basically run on the same electricity, correct?
Yes.
I wanted to show you guys, this is pretty cool. I've never seen this before, but they put like something on here, and I think it's for heat, right?
Yeah, it's like the heat wrap. Like that's what they use.
But I guess I've just never seen it like this or in this color either. They give you 3 gaskets and then they give you like 6 bolts. So right now we're putting on the rest of the piping, and then after we're gonna finish up all the wiring. All right, you guys, we got all the piping set up, and for the wiring, let's take a quick look at kind of how we did it. Hopefully we kind of got it right. We're seeing if this kind of turns on once we turn on the car. Currently we just have the electricity running in the car, and normally that would have me at least be able to adjust the compressor and the airbag and stuff like that, but currently this isn't coming on, so we're gonna try to turn on the car. Hopefully this comes on. If not, we're gonna kind of run it back and see where we might have went wrong. But like I said, just kind of ran the wiring through this wiring right here, which is the airbag wiring. So I think it looks a lot cleaner like that, and this is basically how it looks under here with all the exhaust stuff. As you guys can see, the flex pipe right here coming all the way back to the muffler. And something really cool I didn't notice before, has XFORCE right there as well. But like I said, I think we got everything squared away. Now we are ready for a very first start of the car with the new exhaust. Okay, go ahead. And open. That is insane. Oh my gosh. You guys, what the?
That's loud.
That was a huge difference, you guys. Like, holy crap. And the difference between opening the valves and closing the valves, oh my gosh. The valves were already closed when I did the initial like first start, and then obviously once we kind of adjusted the grounds with the wiring, we were able to use the key fob and open up the valves, and that's what you guys were hearing. But holy crap, that was complete difference. I'm not too sure if you guys can tell through the video, but for sure in person you guys will definitely tell the difference. Sounds so crazy. And he said that he didn't even go past 3,500 RPMs. That's the even crazier part. So right now, in terms of the wiring, Timmy said that we're going to basically just kind of switch it up a bit, and I'll show you guys where. But dang, at the, you know, aside from us fixing that, holy crap, that was freaking crazy. I didn't think my car could get any louder, you guys, and yeah, for sure it can. So okay, so look, after we ran into some issues kind of trying to piggyback the wiring from the valve keys onto the airlift, so it's gonna get a little bit confusing, but stay with me here. So look, so this wasn't staying on green, but we wanted to run it off of the ignition source so that way it's not running constantly, correct?
Yes.
So what we had to do, and like I said, this might get a little bit confusing, is these wires are connected to the valves itself. This is all the extra wiring, right? And like I said, they wanted you to run it from back here all the way up to your glove compartment. We didn't want to do that. We wanted to keep it back here because we think it's a lot cleaner. So what we had to do was, we have black and blue here, right? Ran the black ground to the ground of the compressor, right? And then what we also had to do was, we had to run the blue wiring, the power, all the way to the ignition source. And so for us to do that, we had to literally trace it all the way through under the back seat where the power source was per the ignition. We had to come into the back seat, and we had to undo this here, unhook the back seat, lift up the seat, and the cord that we were looking for was under there. Then we had to feed it through under the back seat and kind of piggyback it off of that wire, which is the ignition wire. Like I said, a little bit confusing, I know, but definitely it works now. And it's a lot cleaner. You don't see it at all. We didn't have to run it all the way into the glove box or anything like that. Like I said, the only reason we had to do that, you guys, is because we literally don't have a connection for this on the GR86. Now I could just use it from the key or whatever, and it works. I'm so freaking happy. Thank you. Bro, it was, you guys, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, it was a little bit of a mission to do that, and not necessarily going to be that much of a struggle for everyone else, but because we wanted to run it like that, that is why. Alright guys, so because we ran out of daylight yesterday, I figured it'd be better if I just wait for daylight for the next day for us to get some flyby clips, so that way we can see how it sounds when you're passing by at a little bit of a higher RPMs with the valves closed first, and then we'll do it with the valves open. I figured I'd go ahead and do that now, and then after we get these flyby clips, I'll go ahead and do an in-cabin review in terms of like drone and stuff like that. But I can already tell you from driving it home last night, man, it's pretty solid. Like from the valves being open to the valves being closed is like a night and day difference, especially from the last setup we had. That 3-inch from the 2.5-inch difference for sure makes a big difference, and I think you guys will agree with me right now when you guys see it. So let's go ahead and start that right now. So hopefully you guys were able to hear the difference. Honestly, like I said, like it's a big difference, like in person especially. And I don't know if I would be able to do the valves open all the time without the valve control, so definitely good thing I have the valve control. Let's get these in-cabin flybys. First, we're gonna start off with the valves closed. Like 5,000 RPMs, third gear, valves closed, fourth gear, 5,000 RPMs. So you can kind of hear the exhaust like a pretty good amount with the valves closed, in my opinion. It's actually like pretty good when it comes to that. Now let's go ahead and open up these valves. Valves open, place you guys right here again. Sorry if it's too shaky, hopefully it's not. Such a huge difference, you guys. Like, really, I honestly love it. I'm enjoying it. I've been enjoying it since yesterday when we installed it. Super dope, you guys. So like I said, big shout out to our sponsors for this video, XFORCE, for sending us this exhaust. And you know what's funny, even the pops and the bangs like are a little bit different too, like. So that is going to conclude our install and review of the VAREX Valvetronic XFORCE exhaust system. And I can tell you, as you guys can saw from my smiles, I really like this exhaust. So big shout out to XFORCE. Really appreciate you guys. Definitely, if you guys want to go ahead and cop yourself one of these, I will leave the link in the description down below. If this is you guys' first time to the channel, please make sure you guys like and subscribe, you guys. We have more content on the way, and I really appreciate anybody that's been supporting me up until now and in the future. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. Literally every time I get the chance to meet you guys and talk to you in person, I definitely try to, you know, have a conversation and spend some time with you guys, because like I said, I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. So that's all I got for this episode, you guys. Make sure you guys live long and prosper, and see you guys in the next one. Later.